Hello, YouTube. Back again. I'm a little early, about a minute early. My clock's a little fast here, I guess. Yeah, I was just talking to Lori. Hey, Lori. Uh, she's getting her stuff ready for her garden. Me too. I just ordered it the other day, and I'm waiting for them to show up. They said it's supposed to be due yesterday, but I didn't get my seeds yesterday. I didn't order a lot. I ordered like 40 different varieties of seeds, and because I don't have a lot of grow buckets. This year, I think I'm gonna do the grow bags for my potatoes. My potatoes usually come out pretty good. They don't be very big, but they okay. They're about the size of between the size of a golf ball and the size of a softball and baseball, I should say. But they're not that bad. But I get a few dozen. So 18 a ladybug. So I'm gonna do it that way. I'll get me some grow bags. Like I said, I'm waiting on my seeds because last year it was hard to find seeds, and I think I waited too late because we had a wet spring. I mean, it was really raining out here. It was just terrible. I mean, we had to wait for the ground, and my buckets was getting flooded, and water is not good for anything. Hey, Lori Craps Corner. So I'm like, this year I'm not going to be caught waiting. I ordered my seeds, and like I said, they should have been here yesterday, but with the system, the mail system, I ordered some. What I order? Heirlooms seeds, and I got like 40 coming. So I'm just waiting. 40 packets, not 40 seeds. So hey, who da holler? So I'm just waiting for them, because it's January. It's time to start the planting, because especially if you want to try to get them in the ground soon, because I got to still wait, even though I will have my seeds and stuff. I can't put anything into the ground until weather tell me I could put something in the ground. And like I said, I'm gonna do my buckets again before I start digging up that dirt out there, because I worry if somebody want to come and take my stuff out my garden, because we do have people that will steal. I'm gonna just put it like that. Last year, I grew some melons. I mean, I didn't have a lot of melons. It's a nice size bucket, but I had two nice melons in there. I had one that was about maybe this big, and another one maybe about a little small, about that big. And they were in there, and it wasn't time to harvest them and pick them, so I stay in the bucket. And then when I did go out to get them, it was gone. I don't know if a raccoon took it, or maybe a couple of squirrels or possum, but even a deer. But my somebody took my melon. It was gone. So I didn't really like that, because people do take stuff that's not there, especially if you live in the city like I do. So like I said, I started late last year planting, so I had to leave stuff in the ground a little bit longer than I should have. But my potatoes turned out good. My onions didn't do so well, so I think I'm gonna give onions a try again. My carrots were doing good, and then all of a sudden, I think they left me in the ground too long, and they didn't come out as well. So okay, hey Adam, hello YouTube, I'm back again. Yeah, and the best life. Okay, yeah. So there go Homestead Aquarius in the house. How you doing? So you guys just introduce yourselves. I mean, so I don't really have anything to talk about today. I got a basically an open forum, because I've been really busy. Not so much doing things, but just busy work. I mean, it was just a lot of things that I had to get done. That I was putting off, and then now I really watch my grandson every day, because he's at that age where he's into everything. He can walk, talk, and run around. And some days I don't know what he's doing. So if you got grandkids, and you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it used to be worse when I had my other grandnephews, and they all get together. They start playing with them toys over there. It's like World War III in here, because it's a lot of toys. and you don't know what's going on, especially when you got a kid. I don't have them today, so that's good. Just an old country boy on the outskirts of Nashville. Adam, let me tell you, Nashville is one of my favorite cities. I've been to Nashville. My daughter went to school in Nashville. She went to Fisk University down there in Nashville. I used to go to this one little place across. It's a sports bar, and they had some of the best potato skins and wings. And it's right across the street from the Tennessee Titans training facility. You know, you go in there, they got all this Eddie George stuff. I mean, Eddie George was part of the owner, you know, Ohio State. He was part owner of the sports bar, so I used to go up in there all the time. And that's where I first ran into Crystal's restaurant. I didn't know they had a restaurant named Crystal because I got a daughter. That's her name. And it was like, wow. And Nashville is a beautiful place, beautiful city. I was down there for a tornado once. I was on I-65, but that's a whole other story. Yeah, so like I say, yeah, I get around. You know, back then I don't get around as much. I love streaming. We brought you by Jesus. I got, you know what? I got some cheeses right here. I keep them around just in case. But then my grandson come here, and he's not here right now. He's with his mom, and I give him a bag of cheeses, so we go over there and play. Or I might eat them myself. Yeah, I try to give him baked food, not so much fried food. You know, like potato chips are fried. I know he loves potato chips. I love potato chips, but I try to, you know, not so much fried, more baked. Okay. Hey, Leanne and Tony. Let's see. You know what? Doing redneck things off grid. You guys should go check out some of their latest videos. They were up at the federal park, and they were taking pictures, and they had these deer. Awesome photographs, you know. And they had the chipmunk was okay, but the deer was just fantastic. I didn't think they had that many deer up there, but they do. It was great. You should check that out, especially if you like pictures of wildlife like I do. You know, if you ever go and check out who subscribed to my channel, whose channels I subscribe to, you'll see that I subscribe to a lot of channels where people just walking in the parks and stuff like that, especially if they got dogs. I'm a dog person, and I love dogs. Okay. Okay, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Let's see. Ooh, Tina Ladybird. That's great. That's great. Once they start walking, you know, they say terrible twos, terrible threes, or whatever you want us to say is all terrible. But they're so much fun, you know, especially when they start to talking and doing things. And they just got a matter of their own. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Adam, you know what? You know, that was crazy when they blew up that 5G building. It's just crazy. But you know what? They behind the times because, you know, about a month ago, you know, I like anything that got to do with space. About a month ago, you know, China launched a new satellite system, 6G. Everything is obsolete already, 6G. You know, I watch the space. I watch the skies because, you know, I'm one of the people that believe in aliens. I know some people think I'm crazy, but the truth is out there. I believe in aliens. Yeah, I'm always watching. You know, we got that signal from outer space. It's been coming for a couple of years now, and they finally figured out where it's from. It's coming from one of Jupiter's moons. So steady signal, radio signal, whatever. And they didn't know where it was coming from, but it came every like 160 days. They would get a signal come back. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I never try to explain that stuff. You know, you just got to take it by faith, just like anything else we do most of the time. Let's see. I don't want to go ahead. Okay, buddy. Yes, yeah. Hey, freehandly made. How you doing? That's Nisi. I was on her live yesterday watching us put together these dolls, these Cabbage Patch dolls. If you remember them like I do, my sister had a Cabbage Patch doll. Free handmade. No, the Browns didn't win. Yes, they did win. They beat Pittsburgh, and some people that's in Pittsburgh is on suicide watch right now. So I don't know, Pittsburgh fans. But I mean, they play Kansas City this Sunday afternoon. So it's going to be something else. Hey, Tony Wash is in the house. Wash Farms, how you doing, Tony? Tony's been sick. If you guys didn't know, I hope you guys were praying for him, or y'all can still pray for him because he's still recovering. Tony's in the healthcare industry, so he has to deal with a lot of that virus and stuff that's in this area. So yeah, so he has been sick. He had been down in quarantine. So y'all give a prayer out to Tony. He's a very good guy, especially every Friday when if you need prayer or anything like that, you can go check him out on Fridays. He does that also, but he has a good farm. He has all these peanuts. I was watching the video yesterday because I'm slow. I'm gonna tell you now. See, sometimes I don't get a chance to watch people videos every day, because I have, I'm not on this machine every day, but I try to catch up. And sometimes I sit there and I binge watch 5, 6, 7 videos of somebody all the time and try to keep up. But then sometimes they don't hear from me for a week. But that's just the way things are. And if you like me, if you like me, you know what I'm talking about. If you got like 1,000 subscribers, it's hard to watch everybody's channel. Hey, Shaky, how you doing? That's okay. I was just telling people that you can't watch everybody's videos. So I know you'll watch me if you can. And I'm glad you're back in school. I think you're taking photography, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think you're taking photography. Yeah, because I've seen some of your work. It's very good. I think you did a small short film, something like that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So, like I say, I don't get the chance to watch everybody's films of movies or videos all the time, but I do try. I think more people more crazy not to believe in aliens. That's the best lifestyle. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, I do believe in aliens, and I think that we got craziness going on down here because of the aliens. And like I say, what can you do? But like I say, I seen something the other day that they was talking about. They found a lost lizard city under Los Angeles. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe because we do got lizard people here, but they're not aliens. They've been here. They leftover dinosaur people. Hey, Coach Sherry, how you doing? Let's see. Okay. Shaky says, I love you, Grandpa. I'm going for my BA in digital film photography and production. I know it was something like that. If you ever want to do a film of my life story, let me know. Yeah, it might be a little interesting for a documentary, make it, a lot of people take them up to that film festival they got in Toronto. And I know they got 2 or 3 festivals that they have like premiere thing when people do films and they go out to California and they take them out there for production, how is it like a film festival? That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Tony Walsh, thank you, Ray, for a little shout out. I'm back at work. The cough and the exhaustion is still with me. I'm sleeping 8 to 9 hours at night when I use to sleep only 6. But you know what, Tony? When I was in quarantine with that virus, wasn't as bad as most people. I never lost my sense of taste or smell, but I did have flu-like symptoms, coughing, and I was just tired, and I was sleeping 10, 11 hours a day, and I just laid there, in and out. So just get your rest. Let me tell you, to build your system back up, drink a lot of fluids, and just go ahead. It's just gonna take time, and I mean, there's nothing we can do when this virus is out here. You just gotta do our best, So yeah, so we'll still be praying for you, Tony. It's just things we can't control, Let's see. I'm getting ready to film a short film to enter in a film festival. Wow, that's great. That's great. Wow. Yeah, I always wanted to do a movie when I was younger. Not so much filming, but be in it. Back in my day, we had all them crazy shoot 'em up movies. Chuck Norris and Sylvester Stallone and all them. We had the Expendables when they were young. Basically, if you ever seen the movie Expendables, we had the expendable people when they were young, but now they all older, from around my age, 60s and 70s. Excuse me. Don't even want Granny Marino. Hello, Granny Marino. Let's see. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. What's wrong? I sleep 58 hours a day, no fever, no pain. Still, that taste and smell. Just you'll be fine then. You still got your taste and smell. You'll be fine. It's just the aches and pains that you're gonna probably get later. You'll get some aches and pains where you never got aches and pains before, but they'll go away. At least they went away with me. Like I said, I was sleeping like 12 hours a day. I don't understand it. I was just tired. I just closed my eyes, just didn't want to get up. And then, like I said, and then all of a sudden after that passed, I started getting aches. Maybe I'm just old and I get aches and pains because I know my elbow was hurting me for no reason, and that went away. But see, I can't tell the symptoms from what I already have, my knees and arthritis and stuff. But Tony, just hang in there. It'll pass with time. Let's see. You know what I was thinking? I live close to a vacant house. It's like on the other side of my fence. This house has been vacant for, oh man, some really nice people live there too. I would say close to 10 years. Yeah, it's got to be close to 10 years. It's boarded up in both places. Sometimes somebody go over there and try to get in, but I chase them away. But I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna film the way they got it boarded up one day for one of my videos. I think that'll be nice. They did the windows and stuff. Hey, Magic Ball. So like I said, cause I would love to be able to board up my house like that if something really bad ever happened. I do got stuff, boarded up. But what if you didn't have stuff and you lived in an apartment? That's what I'm thinking. For the people that watch me and that's not on homesteads and farms and houses, but they're in apartments. So there's things you can do. You can get you some door jams and stuff like that. Some deadbolt locks for your doors. You always see these movies where they got these little chains sliding across there and they open up the door and the guy kicked the door in on them. But you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you just don't open the door at all. You just want to get you a door jam and a deadbolt lock. That if you live in an apartment, it's as if you're up high enough and you don't have to worry about doing the windows. But if you're like on the first floor, you gotta, find something to do your windows. See, back in the old days, we had slats that used to be up under our beds. You could always use those to put up under the windows and stuff. Back in the day, we used to always figure out stuff. Nowadays, you better have some plywood and some wood to burn up your windows. So I don't want to forget to tell everybody that remember this is our second year of SHTF. See, a lot of people don't believe that we are in a SHTF situation, but we've been in this since the virus hit. It's been a while, and we so far so good for most of us. It's not really tearing us up. We can still go out to the store and stuff like that, even though some places have been locked down again. But we can still do things. But I just wanted, hey, Chicken Johnny, you know what? I just got your notification not too long ago. I don't know what had happened, but I watched a couple of your videos. I will be back. Like I was telling people, I'm still catching up. I try to watch as many videos as I can, but like I said, I be having a lot of things to do lately, but I'm trying to catch up, and I will catch up. So don't think I forgot about any of you. Like I said, I will be catching up. Like I said, what was I saying? I lost my track for it. Well, okay, yeah, I was talking about this is the 2020, and now we're into 2021. This is the second year of SHTF. We're not in the second year of an apocalypse. We just in the SHTF. Everything starts slow. Most of the time, it's just like getting sick. Sometimes you get a ache, a pain, and sometimes you get a cold or a fever, and then it escalates to the point where you on your back. That's how this is. It's like we going through some kind of fever. Okay, Chicken Johnny, it's hard. Yes, it could be hard. It could be really hard. But like I say, we fighting back. They got this new virus out now. We got it here in Ohio. So I don't know what that's going to do to whatever's going on out here. We got so much stuff going on. We got the pandemic. We got the weather. Now we got a purge situation. I was watching the purge before I came on. They have these. You ever see the purge movies? They got like 5 of them. I watched them, and that's what it's like now. They got the purge going on with these people out there. Gonna start shooting, which is crazy for me. The FBI claims possible attacks on state capitals. I am not going to near my capital. I understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. These are Americans, and now they're terrorists. They went from protesters to terrorists, and I knew that was going to happen because you just can't do what you want to do. I mean, protesting is fine. You remember me. I don't have no problem with protesting. I protested in the '60s, but I do have a problem with violence. And if you watch any of my videos, I get so mad and angry and pissed off when people start destroying other people's property. It says in the problem, it's for freedom. I mean, it ain't no freedom for somebody to be homeless and lose their job because you are angry about something. You got to control your anger. You always got to control your anger. Let's see. Doing redneck things off grid. I'm thinking scare tactics. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. I hope it's just scare tactics, but it's all to me until it happened. It's all rumors. 50 states, because sometimes saying something can happen is worse than having something happen. If you grew up in the '60s, like I did, saying that they're gonna send them missiles from Cuba to start missile strikes in the United States is worse than actually having them send out, because it's the stress. When you're a kid like I was, and you sitting up there in the basement of a old school, leaning against the wall because you're afraid that the missiles are coming. You understand, or you're on a fallout shelter, or you had them kind of drills. It's like when you're in school, they have fire drills. They still have fire drills. We had fire drills at the post office. I mean, but it's kind of nerve wracking because you don't know. I mean, it's always the unknown. Let's see. Adam says, I am all for peaceful protest, but vandalism and riots is just plain wrong. You're right, it is plain wrong. You should never have to go out there and prove your point with violence. Never. But they do it. And I don't know why. He said, I was a little fellow back in the crew. Yeah, you was a little guy, huh? Yeah. I was at elementary school myself. I think I was in like 6th grade. It was crazy. Yeah. I'd rather be prepared. If nothing happened, then something happened. If not prepared, that's shaky. You always got to be prepared. That's why I got my channel. I hope my channel helps people. I haven't did any new videos of preparing anything because I think I talked about everything. If I start talking about preparing stuff again, I'd be repeating myself, which I think I might start, because a lot of people I have that's new, they haven't really gone back and watched some of my channels, and that's how they teach you in school. If you remember going to school back in the day, they used to call it repetitive learning. Every day you go to class, 2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4. And then you got A, B, C. Every day you learn that. Go from the 1st grade, kindergarten, all the way up to like the 5th grade. Every day was always A, B, C, D. Everything was repetitive learning. And then when you get into like a higher education, middle school and high school, You know, it's all the same. X squared plus Y squared equals Z squared. Every year it's the same. We hash stuff. Hey, the ODC chick, how you doing? And you know, that's how we did it. Let's see. Chicken Johnny says, I remember that we had to get under the desk and shut out the lights. I remember that, like I was saying. And you remember those desks? Let me tell you, about well, it's quite a few years ago. I ain't gonna say 10 years ago, a bit longer than that. I was at a school, one of the older schools before they tore it down and built another one, and they had them desks, and I had to sit at one of them desks as a parent, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how we fit in them desks because them desks was like, wow, it was so old. It was so old. I was like, man, I don't remember that. And you had the little tops you popped up on them desks. Yeah, you had the crayons and all that stuff in there. I remember all that. But those were good old days for me because they were so much fun. We had the playground, we had the sliding board, you know, it was good times. You know, like I say, our generation can always say back then was a better time than the new generation gonna say now, because these kids now gonna think these are the good old days for them, while we looking back and saying those were the good old days for us. That's the way you view it. But see, I realized that when you're a kid, that long as somebody's taking care of you, you getting fed, you getting clothes, you know, and everybody, you have a worry in the world because your parents are going to take care of you. It's going to always make it a better time. You know, it's always going to look back and say those were the good old days. And what made those good old days was the family. And like I say, so, you know, always share the time you got with your kids, grandkids, your older kids, you know, always shares that time because they're going to look back on these days and say, oh, it was so much better back then. Because I do the same thing. I look back and say, those days was always so much better because when I realized I didn't have to pay no bills, you know, didn't have to do nothing. I come home, mom cook, you know, dad working, you know, good old days. But now, got to get out there and hustle. Let's see, Adam, the good old days when nobody wanted to answer the phone. Yeah, well, that's good old days for me now because I don't answer the phone. If you watch me, you see I let that phone ring, and most of the time, sometimes I look at it, it is a telemarketer. Most of the time, it's the telemarketer because I only expect one phone call from my wife. She'll call and check up on me when she calls, and she usually calls at a certain time. So anything after that, I don't answer the phone most of the time. They say hoot how I would say why even to go to school when they claim you forget 2/3 of it. See, I just forgot that. No, I understand. They say, yeah, we have memory loss and we lose what we learned before we get to college, you know. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of the stuff we do lose because we don't use it. I mean, it depends on your job. I mean, if you got a certain type of job, you don't need to know what the algebraic formula is. I mean, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know trigonometry unless you in a certain type of job. But you know, but everybody need to know basic arithmetic and stuff like that. You know, but I understand that because see, a lot of people right now they don't know how to do algebra right now. Their kids come to them right now with a book and say, "This is the new math. Can you help me with this algebra?" We don't use it. And then a lot of people, you know, some things we learn we just never use, which is true because we only got so much memory space before we start going crazy. Adam said, "In my house, everyone yells, 'I'm not home.'" Laugh out loud. So whoever has the phone, just tell them they're not home. That's funny. Yeah. But I remember, you know, it's good. You know, it's good to remember the good old days. You know, and then TV was just so much better. I mean, we got more. Don't get me wrong. I love cable. I mean, when I was, let's see, when did we get cable? I think we got cable about 1988. See, we didn't get cable here in the city of Cleveland until like 1988. I mean, it was around that time. So I didn't grow up with cable. Excuse me. You know, I grew up with comic books. That's why I'm such a comic book fan. You know, I grew up with comic books. That's what we had. We had a library. You want to go find out something, you go to the library. You know, we didn't have computers. You know, We did so much stuff with so much on hand stuff back then. So much stuff you had to do. Let's see. ODC6 said yes, we had Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah, I remember that. I'm just a bill sitting on the hill. Yeah, I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. Yeah, I love that one. Confunction Junction. Yeah, I remember that one. I love that one too. But I'm just a bill was always my favorite. Yeah, you can still get that online. You go on YouTube. They got all that stuff. Yeah. Hey, Uncle Al, how you doing? Yeah. You say cable? We had cable in Nashville in 1982. See, we had it in 88 up here. We 6 years behind. But some people grew up with cable, especially California doing out west, they had cable long before we did. So that's I showed you all the times where I remember black and white TV, and I was the guy that had to hold the antenna. The TV started messing up because I was the youngest in the house. Well, I was the second youngest in the house. My sister that's behind me, she didn't have to do anything because she cried all the time. So my father would say, look, I'm trying to watch Sea Hunt. Come over here and hold that TV. Got the foil on it, the aluminum foil. I don't know what that was for, but I'm there holding the TV antenna, crying. But that was all fun. I remember that was the good old days, though. The rabbit ears, yeah, back in the day, rabbit ears, cartoons, comic books, being outside. Oh man, you can't get kids to really go outside nowadays, but you can't get them to go outside anyway right now because of the virus. But before then, they were always on the computer. They were always on playing games. Right now, they got. I haven't played it. Fortnite or whatever it is, they can't get people off that game. They say some people they on that game 16 hours a day. Wow. I know people that have been on Call of Duty like that, because they got that online thing. They be on there like 10, 12 hours a day. I got a nephew that was hooked on Call of Duty. I played it a couple of times, but it's just a video game to me. I remember the old arcades, take my quarters and go on up there and be playing until the quarters run out. Yeah, that's back in the day, but now technology is so much better and everything. Clothes hangers and the TV. Yeah, I remember that. And we had the grip pliers too. When the knob break off, you had to get the pliers and you had to turn that. Yeah, we had the big old floor model TV consoles that also had the record player in it. A lot of people don't know what a record player is. I still got a record player and I got a lot of albums. Guy tried to buy my albums. I mean, he said I got some albums that people ain't never even heard of, like Garnett Means and stuff like that. That's Hey Little Girl with the high school sweater. That's one of my favorites on it. Got some Jerry Butler albums. I mean, I got some old albums. They wasn't mine originally. They was my mother-in-law's, and when she passed, she left all them albums to me, plus all my albums that I have from the 70s and the 80s and 90s, and before they started building and burning CDs, I should say. But I got albums. I don't throw away no music. I love music. At one time in my life, I DJ'd a little bit. Didn't make a lot of money, but had a lot of fun. Let's see. Yeah, the needle nose pliers. That's what I have. Hey, Tony, how you doing, Cabin in the Woods? Let's see. So sometimes my butt hurts, and I think it's because we were in this chair so long. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe the good to be mandatory to be work in a place. Oh, okay. Because you had to work at home, you can't work outside. So now, okay, I had a whole picture of something totally different. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, but I mean, then like I said, well, a lot of kids, they need to get outside. I mean, I don't think they so much need to be interacting with other kids, because a lot of kids, they grow up and they don't really hang with a lot of people, I mean, you may know a lot of people, but they don't really hang with a lot of people. They just want to be outside doing their own thing. And ain't nothing wrong with doing your own thing. I can understand that, like I used to watch Lassie. You remember Lassie? The kid, he didn't have a lot of friends. He had a dog. That's all you need to me. I got a dog. I'm good. I got a lot of friends, but that's all right. Janet says she's at the computer too long. Yeah, you see. And that's what a lot of people are doing. That's where I'm mother say, oh, Saturday until the 12th, being out. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people, they are on the old heavy metal head, but still albums too. Yeah. But I forgot what I was saying. But a lot of people, they need to get out. I mean, if you can go out and walk in the yard, walk in the nature, like I even get out now. I wasn't getting out before, but now I get out a little bit more. I was staying just around the house, just walking. But now I take my walks that farther down the street a little bit and stuff like that. That's why I say I might do a video of that house. But yeah, I try to get out more. I mean, I want to go out to the park, but right now it's a little cold. The park is not that far, but you got to get out. But that's why I appreciate the videos that you guys put out there, especially the ones where you're doing stuff outdoors, because I can relate to that. Because I love the outdoors, especially fishing videos and hiking videos, camping videos. I love them. I mean, people walking in the park with their dark dogs, they good. I love them too. Let's see. All you need is one loyal dog. Yeah. Let's see. I grew up on a small farm, so I was always outside walking or something. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. See, because it's a thing now. They said that what was it? There's a collar you can get for your dog, which can tell you whether your dog is happy, angry, or sad. They got a collar out. Pretty soon they're gonna have a collar where your dog where you can put the collar on your dog, he'd be talking. It's all good, but like I said, we just trying to make it here in this crazy mixed up world, and things ain't what they used to be. As you can see, the sun is coming through my window over here. I got some sun. We ain't had sun here, man. Wow, this got to be one. Well, at least it's partly sunny because I see a lot of clouds. We ain't had sun here in what 30 days. 30 days. I mean, it really haven't been any sun, and this feels good. I love the sun. Adam said he grew up on a small farm, but he hate baling hay. And I never baled hay before. Never baled hay. Hey, Wisdom TV Nigeria, how you doing? Now, Wisdom TV Nigeria is one of my Filipino friends from American Life in the Philippines. He passed away, but I think his wife is running his channel for him now. But they were really good people. I mean, they supported me back when nobody else would watch my videos. The people from that group, and they still support me now, as you can see. The Wisdom TV Nigeria, they support her. So if you ever get a chance to go to check them channels out, support them, they will support you back. They're really nice people. The people from over in the Philippines. That's why I used to talk about a lot of the weather that was going on over there. They have, because the Philippines are islands, and they over in that South China Sea, and we know how volatile that situation is over there. As far as the volcanoes and the weather, and China is going to act up over there. So we don't know. Let's see what we got right here. The light. Wow. Somebody say all the trees are dying. It is not pleasant like yours in Cali. All our trees are dying. Well, I'm gonna tell you something about California. California is a nice place to visit. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, because right now they got too much going on out there, weather-wise. I mean, you go out there, fire season. I've seen whole communities burned out on the news. And it got me so scared. Like let me tell you, back in, I think it was 75. I think it was 1975. See, back in 1975, I almost moved out of California. I was planning on going out to California, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I just wanted to go out of California. Cali was so nice. I was going to maybe move to San Diego, and I was going to go to California. And then all of a sudden, I started hearing about drive-bys and all that other stuff going on out there, street gangs and stuff like that, which changed my mind. But I was just going to pack up, get in my car and just drive on out to California and start my life out there. But that didn't happen because I didn't want to get involved in no violence out there. Don't want to go no place where it's violent or no place where it's burning. I can't handle fires. Been in one house fire in my life, and it's not an enjoyable situation. We put it that way. When the house is full of smoke and you got people in there, and you're trying to save lives, and it's not. And then the fire people come and they do more damage than the fire did. So it's not a good thing. That's my father's house when I was young. His house had caught on fire. My nephew was looking in the closet. You know how kids are. They was looking in the closet, but the closet was dark, so he had some matches, and he started throwing the match into the closet so he could see, which gonna catch something on fire, which it did. It caught some clothes on fire. So the clothes in the closet. This is an upstairs house. It was a 2-family house. My father lived downstairs, and they lived upstairs, and the closet caught on fire. So he got scared. He closed the door. Thinking that nothing gonna happen. So the closet was on fire. My mother, she woke me up. I was downstairs. She said, "Yeah, I smell smoke. Go upstairs and see what's going on up there." So I go upstairs. Oh, as soon as I open up that door, all this smoke comes out. Now my four nieces and nephews, they were in there. Big Willie, I don't know where he was. I think he was outside working on a car or something. And they were up there in the other room, sitting there with all this smoke. So I grabbed them, told them to come on downstairs, and I told my mother to call the fire department. She called the fire department. They come, they put the fire out, they bust out a few windows upstairs and stuff. It was a mess, but everybody made it out safe. Nobody got hurt. The house didn't get destroyed and stuff like that. This was one serious damage to that closet, the room connecting to it, and a lot of water damage. That was it. My father and them had to live in a hotel for, I think 5 months while they fixed up the place. 5 months. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, we all got memories, but like I say, that was bad. These ODC chicks said they were doing drive-bys in 1965. 1965, wow. Yeah, they just started doing drive-bys here in Cleveland over the last 7 to 8 years. We didn't used to have them, but now we got them. They do drive-bys. You can just about hear about 3 or 4 maybe a year here where they shot some innocent kid. Kids. I'm not talking about a teenager. I'm talking about some 7 or 8, even an infant. Get shot by some fool driving by with a gun that's mad at somebody else. I mean, back in the old days, we used to fight. I grew up and I knew how to fight. I'm like I said, I'm from a big family. We fight among ourselves. Me and my brothers. But the kids nowadays, they don't want to lose. You go out. I used to fight my best friends and my other friends. We used to fight, get mad, get to fighting. Fighting over a girl. Back in the days, get mad. But the next week, we friends. We sit down, playing. But nowadays, these guys hold a grudge. You go out there, you fight. Next week, they come by and shoot your house up and stuff like that. It's just crazy. It's Al Capone do drive-bys. I don't know. Yeah, they do. They're doing drive-bys in the 20s, but they were They were aimed at the killing people, like that. But these people, they do drive-bys indiscriminately. Amish drive-bys, clip, clop, clip, clop. That's the horse. But you know what? Don't mess with the Amish, because the Amish do have an organization. It's like the Amish police, the Amish mob. And they not fully Amish. They Amish, but they're not full Amish. I don't know what full Amish is, but they're. I don't know if you got to take some kind of vows or religion or whatever. Like people say Amish don't drink. Amish go out and get drunk. I've seen them. because you get a chance before you take your first vow or whatever it is to do whatever normal people do. Just don't cut your hair and shave your beard. But they got these organizations that do protect the Amish, and they armed and dangerous. We had some had to go to jail recently because they was having a little Amish war in our Amish community, and they ended up shooting one of the other Amish. It was crazy. Years ago, my neighbor's house burned. $145,000 later to rebuild, and now they're living in it again. I remember Cabin in the Woods. I remember Tony. You mentioned that on one of your first videos that you had your neighbors was staying with you for a minute because their house had caught on fire down the road a little ways. I remember that. You're a good man, Tony. You're a good man. They nowadays they get bad. They want you dead. Yeah. I'm spreading vicious Amish rumors. It's not. If you go back, I did an Amish video a couple of years ago. You go back on that Amish video, you'll see what I'm saying right now. That I said back then. This is not new when I'm talking about the Amish. See, I got a lot of videos. This is an Amish. Amish friend or foe. I think I said because see, if things go bad, I'm going to Amish country. If I can't stay here in the city or whatever, find a secure place, I'm heading straight for the Amish. Yep. Because see, people say they're gonna take their stuff. You're not gonna take anything from the Amish. It's not like that. They good people, but they like any other people. They're not gonna let you hurt them or do anything to them, But they will help you to a point. Like everybody will help you to a point. You say full Amish, yeah, it's crazy, But you don't want to hear something funny. I didn't know they were black Amish, but they got black Amish. I didn't know, but they got them because see, I'm so close to Amish country. Like my wife goes to Amish country every year, but except this year. And people see him going to Amish country. We can go to Amish country. It's not that far. It's only like 30 miles. It's right outside of Akron, or past Akron. And you get some good meat, good food, good cheese. I always tell her to bring back that hot pepper cheese when she go. Yeah, so see, Granny Marino amongst them for 5 years. See, they good people. That's what I'm saying. They good, and they don't bother nobody. They just got their own way of living. Some of them say they don't have electricity, but some of them do have electricity. Matter of fact, the ones here they have electricity, but they still use their horse and buggies and stuff like that. Yeah, they have some of that beautiful farmland. I mean, the biggest Amish community is Lancaster over in Pennsylvania. Now I've been through there and I stopped off at one of those restaurants that they have. They have that great food and stuff. I was on my way to the a play they have at the Sight and Sound Theater in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They always have religious plays. This one was Noah's Ark, and it was excellent. I went to see Samson too. Oh, that was good. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So let's say I live amongst the Amish in Montfreesboro, Tennessee sells some of the best fruit. Yeah, Montfreesboro. Yeah, you got a small college there. I forget. Tennessee State is in Nashville, but what's that college in Montfreesboro? I can't think of it. Is that the one that Jerry Rice went to? I'm not sure, but I know I went past Montfreesboro. I was going somewhere else. I think I was going to. What was I going to? I was going someplace else. I don't know, but I went past Montfreesboro. Okay. Here in Oakland and surrounding the community gardens, have free produce Berkeley food plant between curb and sidewalk. Many community groups feed the homeless in many food banks. Wow, yeah. But you know what? There's so many homeless people out there in California. I never even realized it until I see this special report where they had all these tent cities. I mean, we have homeless here. We have them mostly along the banks of the flats, a few tents here and there, maybe about 10, 12 tents. But we have people living under a bridge or something like that. But nothing like that. Nothing like I seen in California on on that special report. They just blew my mind. Let's see, yes, they are, but they have their own laws. You're right, Granny Marino. They do have their own laws. You got, like I say, because it's based on the religion, and you got to make sure you do what they do to be a part of their community. I mean, they don't mind you living there, but you're not going to be one of them. Let's just say MTSU, Middle Tennessee State. That's what it is. Right, Middle Tennessee State. I just couldn't remember. See, I lost some of that. They say 2/3. I lost some of my memory. Yeah, Middle Tennessee State. You know, up here, not in the Cuyahoga County where I stay at, but in Portage County, which is a little bit, I would say, southeast of where I live at, and right outside of Geauga County, they were having problems with their water well being contaminated. People had to buy water. I mean, most of these people, see, once you get out of Cuyahoga County, you get started getting to the rural areas and stuff like that. You know, you get like a lot of like homesteads and stuff like that. And in Portage County, they was having a problem with their well water. It got contaminated. It's been like that for months now. They had to buy bottled water in and stuff like that. So they don't exactly know what's going on. So, like I said, hey, Unfavored Explorer, how you doing? Yeah, I was just talking. We were talking about stuff. You know what, John Coffey, I was thinking that one day we're going to get together when this virus slack up a little bit, maybe this summer if we get together. I'd love to show you what do we call them? Solar fields. You ever heard of the solar fields? We got all these solar, plants. I mean, it's just solar plant panels. They all out. You ever know where the old Mount Sinai Hospital used to be at? They got a solar field there. And then if you go down Euclid Avenue, past Eddy Road, right before you get to that big cemetery, the old time cemetery where they got all that stuff at what would they call that cemetery? Well, anyway, they got a solar field there. We got 2 or 3 solar fields, and downtown at Vonovich Park, they have the windmills out there in the lake. You seen that? I'm just saying that would be something interesting for you to do. You never saw the solar fields? Wow. Yeah, I mean, it just we right in Cleveland. I mean, okay, when I was talking about, because I be there all the time, it's right by the VA hospital. Okay, you come up, if you get off the freeway, you come up East Boulevard, and you go to the end where East Boulevard meets 105. There's a park there with the sliding board where I take my grandson sometimes. And across the street, what used to be Mount Sinai Hospital, is this big solar field. I mean, they got all these solar panels out there. Yeah, and it's right across the street from the Natural History Museum and the Art Museum. They're on the right. You go up that hill, you right there. You can see the big elephant staying out there. Yeah, yeah. See, we got solar fields here. We got solar fields, and they're in the city. That's the thing. A lot of people don't know about them, but we got them here. You say what, Tony Wash, Wash Farm said they got solar fields in South Georgia. It's alternative energy. Like I say, we got this real giant solar windmill blade that's out in Euclid at what's that? Lincoln Electric. The people that make the welders, Lincoln Electric. They got one. You can't miss it if you ever take out I-90 and go down the show where you'll see it. It's big. It's always running. But yeah, so like I say, we'll hook up and I'll show you what that's at. Yeah, I go past it all the time because if I go like up to Ronald McDonald, past to Ronald McDonald, not the restaurant, but the Ronald McDonald house, it's right over there. You go right past it. Yeah. So anyway, I got sidetracked again. I was talking about the solar fields. A lot of people don't know we got them here, but we do. We've been talking about alternative energy here in Ohio for a long time. Like I say, we had some sunshine. Now the sun is gone. I mean, we haven't had a lot here. But like I said, when you get sunshine, it will make you feel better. So let's see. They put them in parking lots, government schools, Panel covers the parking lots. Cars cut down the urban heat. Wow. Hey, Gail Southern Living, how you doing? Wow. Yeah, but that's the way. That's the wave of the future, because they figure that with all this going green and natural gas and stuff is going to be obsolete pretty soon. And there's one windmill in Brooklyn. Okay, you know what? It's in Ohio, in the city of Cleveland. I think it's a county thing. In the county, it's illegal for you to actually hook up. You have a kind of company hook up solar panels. It's legal. They you can get subsidies for that. They have your house switched over to solar panels. And, it's a company that be advertising on TV, but you can get that. And plus, you got to get a permit if you want a windmill. If you want a windmill power to your house, you got to get a permit because of the height of the windmill. Because a lot of us live close to airports, and in Cuyahoga County, we got a lot of airports. Believe it or not, we got an airport downtown. Let's have Burke. We got what's that? Cleveland Hopkins Airport, which is out to where you live at, John Coffey. The airport is out there going your way. Then we have the county airport, which is off of Richmond Road out there, which was where the Goodyear blimp always lands when they come to town. Then we got all these the Lost Nation Airport, which is a little small airport. I mean, we got a lot of airports. I mean, with that driving distance, I could drive to like 6 airports in less than 20 minutes. As far as want to be the big airport out there in Cleveland Hopkins. I mean, even the Akron Canton Airport, I can make it about 30. But I mean, there's a lot of airports. A lot of airports here. So, they always have strict rules on if you can have a certain type of drones. You can't just get a drone and start flying it because we got so many airports. So you have certain types. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what we got here. I'm drifting again. Solar panel. The carport just a bit higher to allow them to catch the sun. Yes, that's good. But that's the way it's going to be. But, that's the way of the future. Really, for an airport need to be sold, that property need to be developed. You know what? That's perfect land. You know what I mean, Tony? I mean, not Tony. John. That's perfect land. You see where it's located, right? Perfect land. They wanna develop it, but they're not, because that's was that Billionaire Air Group or whoever owns that. It's privately owned, so they not going to sell it because they know that's worth so much money. Plus, it's right next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, every year they had the air show there, too, so that's a money maker. I don't know if they're going to have an air show here this year. But I'm going to tell you what they're going to develop in a lot of places. If they're gonna put up a Cedar Point type situation down in by the stevedores. You know where the ships come in at? The Port of Cleveland. This is the plan. So I always get a lot of information, but this is the plan. They were going to move the Port of Cleveland from where it's at downtown and put up apartments and shopping retail and all that stuff down there where the Port of Cleveland's at. They move all the Port of Cleveland over to the 55th Marina. That's where my brother got his boat at. They're going to move the marina people out, and they're going to try to move them farther down to either Neff Road Marina or part of that 72nd Street Marina. It's going to be bad. I mean, for all these people that have to move, but this development is money. Lakefront property is worth money. Let's see. I got a fella in my area that flies an old P-51 near me. It's cool to watch. He had enough land to land, not just land. Wow, he can land on his land. He got that much land. But they don't need a lot of land. You don't need a lot. Back in World War II, English guys was launching off of people's farms. They playing. Matter of fact, that's what this hat is. This is the Tuskegee Airman. It's one of their hats. So yeah. So I'm like, wow. Landlord, my. Land. That's the way it sounds. You got to land on the land, yeah. But anyway, yeah, they always developing. Like I said, it's always developing. That's why I tell you guys, if you own some land, hold on to it because it's going to be money. It's going to be worth a lot of money in the future. It's worth a lot of money now, even though they try to, the big developers and people that's in the know because they got plans. They try to manipulate you and tell you all this and all that. I mean, it's not redlining like they doing over here where I live at, but they want your land. They want your land because land is money. If you own land, they can't own you. Even if it's a farm and the farm is not doing well, hold on to it. Hold on to it. That's all I gotta say. If you haven't bought land, buy some land. I mean, land is always worth money. Let me see. Oh, okay. So anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking basically to about the stuff in Cleveland. We got so much stuff going on here, just can't keep up with all of it. You know, we really trying to develop a Chinatown like they got in San Francisco. You know, they've been doing it for years. I mean, they was doing it back when I was carrying mail. But we getting a lot of it done. We getting a lot of it done. So every time somebody sells a house, this organization, they buy it up and you got a new part of Chinatown. It's already in full effect. You can go there and you can see a lot of stuff, but they don't have a lot of entertainment venues. They did remodel this place and they put in one of them karaoke places. You know how you see them on TVs where they in there saying karaoke. They got all the lights and whistles and stuff in it, which is nice. You know, they got a little Chinese Asian mall there too across the street. Yeah, and they have the Dragon Festival every year. I've been to that 5-6 times. So yeah, we try to get like the bigger cities. You know, where we got our own little communities. You know, like we have Little Italy. I mean, everybody got a Little Italy. We got one here. You know, that's up in Murray Hill. I've been to the festival once, and it's nice. I go through there all the time because, you know, my brother, he lives out that way, pretty close to Murray Hill. So sometimes I gotta go up that hill. It's an actual hill, and to get to Mayfield and go up to the mall. Used to be a mall out there, but sometimes I go to that supermarket up there. Yeah, that's the unpaid. Explore. My grandfather bought 8 acres at $200 per acre in 1952. It's now worth $12,000 per acre. Yep. See, hold on to it because pretty soon, the way things are going, the only thing that's gonna be worth something is the land you own. Like, okay, let me give you a perfect example. Let's say things go bad and everything collapses and all you got is what you got. I mean, if you're a prepper, you got stuff. I mean, you got stuff, but suppose you got some people that want to come and they want some of your stuff. You can't know, okay, but they say we'll make a deal, we'll work your land. It'd be like feudalism. They for a place to stay, for them to, you know, they put some tents up on your property, they will pay you you know, tribute. I ain't gonna say they gonna pay you $1 because dollars might not be worth any money. Money, you know what I mean? So I mean, but if you own land, you got power. You could be a feudal lord back in the next 100 years if things collapse and go totally wrong, because that's what it's gonna be like. Land's gonna be worth something. And on another note, they say 2020 was one of the hottest, not the hottest year. I'm gonna say the hottest year since 2016, it tied for them as the hottest year on record. That's something strange. 2020 was hot. They didn't have to tell me. I know. So, but it was hot. Yeah, let's see. That's about it for that. So, you know, weather, that's all we can plan for. Ray, do you have a decent sized garden room? I got a nice sized yard now. I didn't have a nice sized yard when I bought this house, you know. But see, what happened was the house next door to me was a nice house. I mean, the house is still in good shape and everything, but the people that had lived there, they wasn't, I'm gonna just say they wasn't good people. Okay. The people that were living there before were good people, but the lady died and her son and daughter, they moved. They didn't want to keep the house. So the house went on the market. This guy bought the house. He was one of them people that buy and sell houses, and he was rental property. But the house needed a roof, so he put one of these blue tarps on it, and then he rented the house out to these people from Chicago. All right, not knowing that the people from Chicago were into the drug scene. Okay, because see, if you don't know, you ever heard of Gabrini Green up in Chicago, them projects up in them housing projects? You know they tore them all down, right? Tore them all down to the ground. And you had thousands of people that had to be relocated. Now, most of them decided to go to Milwaukee. You had some decided to go to Detroit. Some decided to go to Toledo. Then you had a few that decided to come to Cleveland because they were being relocated, federally relocated, right? And most of the people that were being relocated, not most of them, I say some of the people that were being relocated, like the people that got relocated from New Orleans to Houston, some of them were bad people. They were drug dealers. And I just happened to end up with a drug dealer from Chicago that next door to me. And he was trying to get his foothold into the drug thing here in Ohio. Okay. Now, so what happened was that everybody knows everybody on my street. Everybody knows everybody. So everybody knew who these people were. You know what I mean? And so everybody know, and they kept the drugs that they used to keep the drugs in his old car on the side of the house, blah, blah, blah. And so when the police came, and the whole sting situation went down because you could see the undercover guy going there buying drugs back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I would just sit on my porch and watch. Now, I ain't gonna say I didn't have a problem with them sometimes, which I did, but they knew I wasn't playing around because they know I'm a little bit off when it comes to protecting my family and my property. So I'm getting the story too long. So anyway, they end up moving. The house ended up going on the market. They never did buy it. The roof started to fall in because it was leaking. He never fixed it. And the city came in and tore it down. They boarded it up. People kept going in there, and they ended up tearing the house down. So when as soon as they tore the house down, we have this thing called the land bank in Cleveland. And if you live next door to a vacant lot, you can buy that vacant lot if you're planning on to taking care of it and live on it, basically. So I did. I bought that. I bought it for $100. I did. And that's the one you see in my opening with a fence, with that wooden fences back there. I put that fence up, put the fence up around it, and now I have land. Still pay taxes on it. I paid taxes so far this year for that. Last week it was $23.40 for taxes for that property. You still gonna have to always pay taxes. Yeah, to make it simple. And like I said, I'm supposed to have my seeds coming today. I ordered seeds. I ordered some heirloom seeds, and they haven't came yet. They supposed to came yesterday, so I figured they might show up today. So I'm worrying about my seeds showing up. And like I said, this year I think I'm gonna do some grow bags for my potatoes. You know, every year I do potatoes because I do them pretty good. So we're waiting on that. My father-in-law had a fight to keep his land as agricultural. Thank you. Doing the battle. Yes, because like I say, the big developers want to take your land. I mean, they do. We losing land daily. We losing land daily. And then, matter of fact, we already lost the food war because most of our food that they producing now, a good chunk of it is going straight to China. These guys, they made a deal with China. They sold all this rice and corn and stuff to China. And now the prices are going to go up. I mean, they're already going up, but they're going to really go up when they get cold. And depending on what kind of harvest we have this year, it's going to be hard. Yes, ODC check. It was $100. Yep. You could buy land in Cleveland if it's a side lot. That's what they call it, the side lot program. And I know a lot of people. See, I know a lot of people That's one thing about me. See, and I know a lot of people, not because I was a mailman, but because my wife works too, and she knows a lot of people. And she knows she used to work for a law firm, but I don't want to talk about what she worked at because I don't want nobody to come and think I get inside information or anything. Yes, I'm in Cleveland proper. Yes, I'm in the city. I'm in the city. Matter of fact, if you ever watch any of my videos when I do my road trips, you can see exactly where I live at. I live. If you ever come to the city of Cleveland, I live what they call the Cultural Gardens. I don't live that far from the greenhouse. They got the Cultural Gardens, and I don't live that far from the greenhouse. Yep. And matter of fact, I don't live that far from Bracknell. If you know Jimmy Haslam, the guy that owned the Browns, and quite a few other really rich people. Yes, we all are really rich people, other than the ones that live out in Shaker and stuff like that, and out Westlake. That's where they live at. That's where they live at. They got mansions and stuff like that. We have a lot of people, like back in the 60s, music performers used to buy a lot of houses out there. Oh yeah, thank you, Adam. But this is a big house. I had to put a lot of work into it when I first got it because the guy that had it, he wouldn't do anything. He was old. So basically I got a good deal on it when I bought it. Still putting work into it even 35 years later. Yeah. But like I say, this is always something to do, especially if you're a homeowner. You're a homeowner, or even if you own a condominium, it's always some work to do. Even if you're on a farm, every day on the farms don't run itself, It's always work to do. And like I say, and I tell people, the American dream has really changed since I was a kid. Like I say, it used to be a chicken in every pot back in the time of the Depression. Everybody just wanted a chicken in every pot. But now it's land. When I was a kid, it was own your own home. Be your own person, take care of your family, and own yourself a home. Don't have to rent for nobody. Nowadays, it's like every man for himself. Do what you can, just make your money. That's what it is now. It gets you a lot of bling, I guess. Yes, John Coffey. That's how I got my land next door. I got it through the land bank. Cleveland Land Bank. I bought it for $100. And I paid the tax. Like I said, I pay my taxes 6 months every year, every 6 months. For that land, $23.40. That's what the taxes is on it. And I pay at the same time I pay my house tax. $23.40 every 6 months. And that went up. It was $22. But it went up. Yeah, you're right, Freehand. DC. I'm gonna just call you DC, okay? You're right, DC. It is constant work, but see, a lot of people don't want to take that responsibility. But some of you guys, I see the way y'all do y'all gardens and everything out there. When y'all having these videos, y'all do a very good work, very good work. And like I say, keep it up, keep it up. And like I say, those of you that living in apartments, ain't nothing wrong with living in an apartment. I lived in an apartment for a few years, but do what you can to try to get yourself some property. You know what I mean? Do what you can. And believe me, sometimes it's not easy because it's stacked against you nowadays because the banks, they used to thrive on getting people property. Now it's not so much thriving on getting your property and keeping it. It's thriving on getting your property and flipping it. That's what the new thing is nowadays. Hey, Josh, the prepper. How you doing? Janet shows like I say your Christmas bill was like Korean eyes. Okay. That is to steal it back from you. Yeah, but the banks are in trouble. Our financial situation is in trouble. Everybody talk about the stock market is booming, it's up again and all this stuff. But see, I'm gonna tell you this. When I hear that, I'm like, I don't know nothing about the stock market. I mean, all I know is what I see when I go out my door and I see these small restaurants out there barely hanging on. Barely hanging on. They operate at a loss. And I see how many got the doors boarded up and closed up. and stuff like that. And not only the restaurant, but some smaller stores. They've been the mom and pop store has been replaced by Dollar General, Dollar Tree. You know, these small stores, they don't put the mom and pop store out of business. The small town hardware store has been replaced by the bigger stores, you know, like the Home Depots and the Lowe's. We used to have like Mr. Kelly's corner store you can go to and get stuff, or Shamika's hardware store down the street. You go get you some nails or stuff like that. They all gone. Now with everything is mega. And most of them stores are being replaced by Walmart. It's a Walmart everywhere. So I'm just saying, so everything is gonna be supersized, is what I'm saying. But you still got some McDonald's out there that's in trouble, that's struggling, you know. And I have seen McDonald's go out of business here. I know two of them, two McDonald's that I know that went out of business, which is strange. I have never seen McDonald's go out of business before, but they have. Now, Burger King's I seen go out of business left and right. But McDonald's, I've never seen a McDonald's go out of business. We done had two of them go out of business that I know about. What was this one? What about a police station up there on 93rd and Kinsman? That McDonald's gone. And it was another McDonald's that was on 107th and Euclid. They gone. So I'm saying I see McDonald's go, Burger King go all the time, especially the ones that were owned by Mutombo. You remember Mutombo? The basketball player. He had bought a bunch of McDonald's franchises and he opened them up in bad places and they weren't making no money because nobody was going. But they go out. I don't say still have a general store in Nolensville, Tennessee. Okay. Dollar Tree. Yeah. You know, ain't nothing wrong with them. I like going there. But like I say, they put the smaller stores out. If you had your mama's pop thrift store, they were gone. Just like back in the day when they used to have mom and pop liquor stores. You know, most of them are gone because the bigger supermarkets here are now selling liquor. So they still struggling because that's how they made their money. Cigarettes and booze. And a lot of them closed up, got bought out by somebody else. Let's see, definitely see. Wait, I gotta go take care of her. Oh yeah. It is about time for me to call it quits too. I've been on here over an hour. I usually didn't want to talk this long because I was just talking about stuff. But like I say, y'all guys be careful. And like I say, just stay safe. I mean, that's all I can say. Because I don't want nobody to get caught up in none of this madness that's going on out here, and I don't want you to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So if you around any of these places that they say they're gonna be in trouble, stay away from them. Like I say, I got a daughter that lives in Maryland. She works in Washington. I hope she don't have, but she can work from home, thank God. So I know she won't be around any of that stuff up there. And like I said, we are still in a SHTF situation. Like I say, this is year 2, and it's gonna go get worse. So hopefully everybody stays safe. And like I say, I talk to you guys later. Thank you for showing up. See you guys later.